Welcome back to another episode of In My Life with Ethan Riggs. I have a very special guest with me today. He is the current Attitude MMA. It's lightweight champion. He fights at 155 pounds. Mohammed Alsamari. Mohammed, thank you so much for being on the show.
Glad to be here, man.
Dude, no problem at all. So we have a kind of a funny story of how we actually met because I knew you before. You were training to be a fighter.
Yep.
But we actually met in the back of one of a class that we shared in community college.
Yep.
And
Computer class, right?
it was intro to it was like intro to computers or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
But it was funny because, and I'm not trying to be rude here or anything, but our teacher was a little bit older than us, and and it was funny to see her be amazed by like some of the more basic functions of the computer, like changing your wallpaper and stuff like that. And we were all like, well, yeah, we kind of know.
She spent a long time talking about zip files.
That's right.
She loved it.
Oh, dude.
That was a big thing for her.
And that's such a funny way to meet because, dude, I remember you in the back of that class, you were telling me like, yeah, dude, I'm training and stuff like this. And dude, I'm wanting to fight. And I was like, hell yeah, man. Well, don't be a stranger, man. If that day comes, and that day has come, man, you are an amateur champion.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. How does it feel to achieve something like that so early in your career? I mean, you're a very young man.
It feels like pretty good. It wasn't my first opportunity to fight for a title, but it was good to win it. And Attitude's a pretty like well-respected promotion in the area as far as regional level promotions go. So it was nice to win that one, specifically against that opponent because Barack, the guy I fought for, it was dude, he's a dog. Like really, I mean, the way it is kind of with amateur fighters is and professional fighters too. There's almost like a subclass of fighters where a lot of them will be, they'll have a decent record or their record will be whatever. Sometimes it's irrelevant to the quality of the fighter, but they'll not be at a certain level. And Barack's one of those guys where you're like, all right, this guy's actually like a fighter. Like he could be a career fighter, and that was one of my hardest fights for sure. Bring it a little closer.
Oh, dude, you're good, man. You're good. Just to make sure the audio's picking up and everything. Okay, so this was a guy. How long had he been champion for? Whenever you fought him,
I don't think he was the current champion. I think it was vacant, and we fought for it.
Okay,
because the previous champion had gone pro, and he vacated it.
So, dude,
yeah.
The last guy who held the belt that you now hold is a professional fighter right now.
Yes, sir. I'll be going pro pretty soon too, actually.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're totally right because there's the amateur belts and then there's the professional belts, but it's all Attitude MMA, right? It's same promotion, same bookers, I'm sure, and everything.
Yep. Same promoters and everything. Yeah.
You guys are based out of Florida, correct? So you
no. My gym, I'm out of Without Limits MMA. We're in Batesville.
Okay.
Yeah. Batesville,
Nice.
Arkansas here, just northeast. It's a small town, but we've got like a really good sized stable and like a bunch of really talented fighters out of there. Attitude is mainly based out of Memphis. We fight for them and a couple of other promotions in the area, like local promotions, and it's mostly amateur fights. And all the pro guys, we'll also fight for the more local promotions, but as time goes on, we'll start to fight more like further afield,
Yeah. So you guys are really like in the South. You guys are pretty much Arkansas, Tennessee, maybe like Alabama, Georgia, states like that.
We stay pretty local.
Well, but that's cool because you're probably fighting guys or you're seeing guys fight that are one day going to be going pro, and you guys all are forced to fight each other. Basically, that's it. I'm a huge wrestling fan. The WWE stuff, and it just reminds me of like the territories and stuff. How you had it was almost like each state had its own promotion at one point, telling their own stories. They were all.
Amateur MMA is almost like a Wild West because
That's cool.
Everyone ends up meeting each other and training with each other, and there's always like there's a whole ecosystem to it.
Yeah,
yeah.
So are you like I'm curious, is it like a contract deal with Attitude MMA? Like do you have a certain number of fights?
It's not that serious with the more regional level promotions like Attitude.
Sure.
It's just the matchmakers like Attitude's matchmaker Scotty Swinger. He's a cool guy. He works with a guy at our gym, Rick, and Rick is like the one who manages all like our stable of fighters, and he'll reach out and be like, look, we've got a card coming up, and he'll say, who do you have? And he'll give him some names that he might already have from other gyms if he's already reached out to other people, and we'll tell him who we have that's ready to fight or when they might be ready to fight depending on when the card is. Like it'll be in like 2 months. Like they had a card in October, it's canceled now, but it could have gone like, hey man, I've got fights coming up in October, who do you got? And then our guy Rick will be like, I got so and so and so and so and so and so. And then that's how that goes from there.
Yeah.
So there's hardly ever really a contract you know, with regional level promotions. You'll see contracts once you get to like UFC and the PFL and maybe one FC, like the worldwide size promotions.
See, that's fascinating to me because so for you, is it a publicity thing? Like what is the pay? I mean, I hate to get too into it or anything.
As
no
amateur,
pay.
Yeah, that's the dividing line between what
Holy
amateur
crap.
and pro is. Yeah, amateurs, like by definition, don't get paid. Yeah, once you go professional, it's because you're making a living off of it.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Well, dude, hopefully you're right at the cusp there. It sounds like you're right on the cusp. So how long have you been training now?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. So really right around the time, I guess, that we met. I mean, you'd been training maybe like half a year or a year. Yeah, around the time that we met. Dude, I can't believe that in just 2.5 years you're holding a belt. I mean, it's an amateur belt, but who cares, man? That is fantastic, and that's nice. Like the gateway to getting there. So
it's pretty nice. Yeah.
So, are you training with anybody that is at like major levels at UFC or PFL or even like Bellator guys? You know, anybody like that?
We've got just in our gym we have our furthest ahead guy right now is Roland Pruden. He's 7-2, I believe, 7-2-1. I think that's right. He's gonna be mad if I got that wrong. He's 7-2-1 as a pro right now, and he's 21.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's been training since he was really young, and he is going to be fighting in Philadelphia August 14th, and another guy will be fighting on that card from our gym, Eric Calvert. He's I can't remember. I think Eric's like 6-3 maybe.
The records are tough, man, when it's not in front of you. I mean, I couldn't even tell you GSP's record off the top of my head.
Anyway, those guys are both right there at the cusp of like going to the like major like level because they're fighting in Philadelphia on a card in front of Dana White and Hunter Campbell.
Wow.
Hunter Campbell's the guy who gets all the fighters for the UFC, and depending on their performances that night, we're hoping you know, they'll show up and show out, and that'll be good.
See, that's a question I have. What do you think those guys are looking for? Are they looking for the big knockout whenever they see these fighters? Are they looking for just good submissions? Like
entertainment value is huge.
I was gonna say, to me, I would just be looking at, can this guy sell the arena? If I'm a promoter, that's all I'm looking at.
True, yeah, and I mean, I think you got it right on. Like, that's what promoters are looking for. I mean, you could be the best fighter in the world and be a boring motherfucker. And no one wants to watch you.
So go out there and, you know, give the crowd the middle finger and stuff.
Something
like if you know Dana's in the crowd, you really got to go crazy, huh?
Dana!
Yeah, look at Dana, point to him right before it's like when Babe Ruth pointed before he hit the home run, you know?
Yep.
But wow, okay. So you're training and you have this guy at your gym and he's basically the guy who is like sending you guys out, and this is how you get started with Attitude MMA.
Yeah, and on top of that, we're also Roland and I have gone twice now to cross train down in Florida with Killcliff FC, which is one of the like best gyms in the country, and they've got a lot of like really like they got Robbie Lawler, former UFC champ, and like legend. I think he was a champ. I do not remember.
I think so.
I think he was.
Yeah,
and like just legends of the sport. We've got UFC fighters, PFL fighters. Like really just the highest echelon of the sport all trains out of that gym, and we go down there for a little bit at a time, and we do part of our fight camp there, and they seem to really like us. They love Roland. He's signed with a management agency which is like closely works with that gym, so that's how we're going down there. And we're hoping if I do go pro, or when I do go pro, that they'll also sign me at some point, but I have to build up a couple fights first to prove it to them.
Keep hanging out with these guys that are 7-2 and 6-3. Dude, you'll get there, man.
Yes, sir, I hope so.
So how was that training in Florida? Because you just came back from Florida, correct? So this was
Thursday.
And this was your second time training out there, and you came back Thursday. So you're probably sore as hell, man.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm beat up. But I mean, really, like the intensity level of the training is so much higher because at that point, it's like all these guys are doing it for a living. They're all like they're clocking into work and they're kicking ass, and they're like there's no slacking off, there's no dilly-dallying. They're in there and they're working, they're clocking in.
See, and you were talking earlier about like, okay, you know a show's coming up, right? So they're going to let you know 2-3 months in advance. That is so important because of this weight class system. I don't know how many people are listening that maybe aren't watching MMA all the time. They might not know UFC. The weight cut that you guys have to do is just brutal. Oh, and you can pull it closer to you if you need to. These things can.
Sweet.
Yeah. You can even like grab it like that.
Oh, yeah.
But dude, you are I mean, being able to train in Florida, a place like Robbie Lawler, where he was training. I mean, for those again who may be not watching as much MMA, Robbie Lawler and Rory McDonald might be like the best UFC fight ever. Yeah. Some people say it's the best. I mean, I'm a big like Clay Guida guy. I still like Clay Guida and Diego Sanchez, but it's just because I don't know if it's board knowledge, but but yeah. So you're getting to train with these guys who are working so closely with these professionals. I mean, it's just crazy to me that I know you hold the belt for an amateur, so you're basically at the peak for an amateur. But like, would they let you? Like, how does a guy have an agency? Right, that's what you were talking about. This fellow fighter, he has an agency, but is he fighting like pro? He's like just now hit pro level, or is he still fighting amateur?
Roland? Yeah, he's been a pro for a while. That's his
he's
pro
been
record.
A pro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because your record resets once you go pro.
Oh, okay. So amateur record is out the window.
Yeah, that's the significance of it, is because you're not getting paid. It's considered like it's amateur hour. Like it all gets, you wipe the slate clean once you go pro. So if you have like kind of a spotty amateur record, but you build up a good body of work and your experience, and it sets you up well to go pro, you can be 5-5 as an amateur, go pro, and have a great career still, because it wipes the slate clean as far as what you did as an amateur. It's like unranked versus ranked lobbies. I don't know if you played.
Right, yeah. Oh, dude, Apex ranked, man. Yeah, I was just playing that earlier today. It might have been why I was like a tad late to my own podcast. But anyway, well, dude, I just want to say, like, it's so cool to have met you in that situation where we were in the back of this class, bored as fuck. And now, I mean, dude, you're knocking guys out.
Yeah.
You're living the dream that you were telling me that you were working towards back then. So I just want to say congratulations, man.
Thank you,
man. So I want to get into your style a little bit here. Are you a stand-up guy? Are you a grappler?
I feel like I'm pretty well balanced.
Yeah. So maybe like a kickboxer that does jujitsu.
Yeah. Because I feel like if a guy's outstriking me, there's a pretty low chance he's a better grappler than me, because I feel like I'm at a level where, if the guy's still in like the same league as me, not some world champion, obviously they're gonna be better, but like where it's like if you're outstriking the shit out of me, I'm probably a better grappler than you.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And then you can strike on the ground too,
where
you're more comfortable and you're throwing elbows instead of hands.
Yeah, just top pressure, wrestle them, do all that stuff. And
that is just so cool, man. I'm curious, where can we even watch the Attitude MMA fights? Are they on YouTube?
Attitude's cool as a promotion because they do most of their fights just free live stream on YouTube.
So people after this podcast, they should not right now, but but people can go watch you fight and win this belt that you're holding right now.
Yeah, so just right on YouTube, look up Attitude MMA, and I'm somewhere like in the middle. It's like a 3-hour-long video of the whole event, but.
Did anybody, that people would know in Bellator or UFC, did anybody like that come through Attitude MMA? Like anybody that really stands out is like, oh, we had this guy come through?
I don't know. I'm not tuned into the history with Attitude as much, but, as far as local promotions go, they're pretty good. They're pretty professional. Because like I said, it's Wild West with amateur MMA and local promotions and whatnot, because sometimes we'll be fighting in a fucking barn, dude. Like,
high school gyms,
I swear
barns.
to God, man, it'll be like just a well-lit room. You're like, is there a cage? Oh, there it is. It's like the size of a shoebox. Or something.
You just need room for a cage. I mean, if there's room for a cage, it's a venue that's possible, See, that's another thing where like I go back to the wrestling where guys are setting up like in Vino's in Little Rock. I know that's a spot where they have like local wrestling shows.
I love it. I go there after I train sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Vino's.
I'll cross train here in Little Rock, right in West Side.
Yeah,
like a mile from here.
Okay.
We train down there pretty regularly.
So you're always like in this part of
pretty regularly.
Town.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool, man.
More so before, not as much now because I work. So I'll try to come down on weekends more. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so dude, so I have to admit, there's a little bit of a gap because I saw you in school, and now you're back and you're a champ. Like, what's happened these past couple years, man? Was it just dedicating yourself to training? I mean, are you working outside of this? Like, what's going on, man?
I mean, I kind of just jumped straight into work afterwards. I mean, I've always from the time when you knew me, I was training pretty regularly, and nothing changed about that. I've dialed it up more. I've trained more since then, like frequency as far as like how often I'll do it in a week or how often.
So how many times is that? Like, what's your regimen?
At least 5 or 6 times a week.
Wow.
But that's just right now, and I'm working. Right now, I have an actual job. But,
yeah.
Before when I was
me too. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, it sucks, dude. It's the worst. I used to I was flipping houses with my dad for a while, and have our own little businesses and things on the side, and I wasn't like fully employed. Like I had a pretty flexible schedule. I was training twice a week or twice a day, several days a week. So I would get up to like 5, 6, like 8 sessions a week sometimes.
Twice a day is, I mean, that's 2 a days. That's what like football players used to do, and now they don't do it because of injury concerns and things like that, and just general fatigue. Do you worry about that? Do you experience that?
It's a big thing. You have to learn how to like manage your recovery and
when to spar.
Exactly.
When because, I mean. To practice and to get better at fighting, or just to get better at anything, you kind of have to do it.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it's the same with fighting.
Yeah. You got to log in hours. That's all it is.
You have to fight. You have to learn how to not get your ass beat. I
mean, a lot of the time you can manage your like the amount of work you're putting in by dictating what kind of work you're doing. Like sometimes your second session can just be like just drilling or just
rolling and
just
stuff
something.
like that.
Yeah, just something light, just something like just technique stuff. And you can learn to manage it that way. Like just get a good feel for your own body and know what works and how. And recovery is huge as well. Like you gotta be like, if you're doing 2 a days, you need to be sleeping more than 8 hours. In my opinion, you need to be eating good. You can't be beating yourself up in between sessions. Like a nap doesn't hurt.
Yeah, seriously. Like in between training sessions, take a nap, because you'll wake up probably so energized.
Yeah, dude, or not.
or you wake up and you're like, shit.
We were in Florida. Like when we would have 2 a days down there, it was like, get done training, like training sessions at like 10. We get done training around 11:45, 12. Got to drive back to the Airbnb, cook, eat, shower, lay down for a nap. We got another training session at 4 p.m. And it's like you wake up, you're like, fuck, I mean, I could have used another hour maybe.
Yeah. How are you even finding the time to work?
That's what it is now, is I can't quite do 2 a days almost ever.
So this regimen has shifted and changed a bit, but that's great. So they work with you, and you're able to really kind of work for yourself a little bit.
I'm lucky right now because the job I have, I mean, like I can clock out by 4 or 5, and class is at 6, so I'll just show up to regular class, and I spar and drill and hit the bag a little bit, and that's my session for the day. But like today's a Saturday, I don't have work today. I can drive down here to Little Rock,
do the pod.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
something fun.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. And we train with Rolly Delgado down here at Westside MMA. He's Bryce Mitchell's coach, actually.
Okay.
Yep, super great. Jiu-jitsu, striking coach. I mean, really has been a huge help to all of us that come down and train with him.
You're working with Bryce Mitchell's coach.
Yeah, and we train with Bryce pretty regularly too.
And you know Bryce.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ask him about some of the?
Oh yeah.
So like if he really thinks the Earth's flat and stuff like that,
We've talked about that.
What did he say? Well, I don't mean to give out behind the scenes knowledge or anything, but
I'll say he wasn't just saying it for views.
He doubled down.
Oh yeah.
You guys were sparring, and he was like, "The Earth's flat, motherfucker. I'm gonna knock your ass out."
Dude, Bryce is the nicest guy ever. Yeah. He's so cool.
See, that's the funny thing. I don't like people like that are so intense on camera, or like Colby Covington, right? Guys like that. I feel like you always end up meeting those guys, and they're like, "What's up, dude? It's nice to meet you."
Yeah. Dude, Bryce isn't doing a bit.
Yeah,
that's Bryce. The Bryce on camera is Bryce in real life. He's a very intense individual.
How often are you training with him?
As of right now, we just went to Florida, so 2 weeks we didn't. But he's wanting us to do at least a session a day. So we'll go down there, I think Thursdays or Fridays after training. Wow. So we'll get in we're trying to grapple with him a lot, like me and Roland specifically.
That's just so much MMA. Like Bryce is fighting for UFC, and then when he's not fighting, he's training. Yeah. Like
Bryce
however many people.
He somehow got it to the point where he doesn't have to like travel across the world to train. He just gets people to come to him. I mean, we train in his barn.
Wow.
Like, in his like shed, he's got an area. He's got mats and everything. It's just like, he's got a home gym.
That's especially amazing considering that he does live in Arkansas.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It's just that, unfortunately, we're not a huge draw. So, Bryce might be able to get a big UFC fight card at Little Rock one day. Who knows?
Maybe,
if anybody could do it, it would be Bryce. But, dude, speaking of these fights, dude, we have had so many great fights this year, it feels like. I mean, one that was a bit of a letdown, of course, is the McGregor one. I want to hear your thoughts on that. But also, like, dude, we had Patty win. That was great.
Beautiful win, by the way. I love that.
He made me a little money. Not bad.
Nice.
And then the fight after was Conor, and it just let you down. But even like, dude, Gaethje beating Ilya at the White House the way that he did,
unbelievable,
dude. A fight to be stopped in between the rounds because like a guy can't get off the stool. That's a beatdown.
I think it was his brother who stopped it.
Was it his brother?
Yeah, his brother said, "That's it. Like, I can't let it go on."
What do you think about that whole? Like, I mean, that's proof enough right there that all it takes is one punch, all it takes is one wrong move during grappling to take advantage.
Yeah, no, I can't. I mean, the way Ilya walked into that, walked into the arena was unbelievable. Like, he had so much, like, just energy and poise, and like he was like a king coming into his his court. He's ready to kick ass, and I can't believe he lost.
Especially all that shit talking he was doing, man. And Gaethje's such a nice guy. Gaethje didn't even like want to make it bad, you know, during the fight. But Ilya was like, "Oh well, yeah, I'm the champ. I'm gonna win." Like,
and I believed him too. He said it confidently enough. It's like, I believe him.
Up until the fight happened, I believed him too. I mean,
that's what's beautiful about MMA as a sport, is everyone's got a puncher's chance.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude, Gaethje was reading the Declaration of Independence right before. Did you see that when he was wrapped in the American flag?
Yeah. Did you see it afterwards where he's talking about it? He's like, man, it's like in a different language or something. I couldn't understand it.
Well, it's because they were writing in like
really cursed, like long cursive,
and they were writing with a literal like ink and
like feather pen.
Yeah, a feather pen that they would tap in there. Yeah, a quill. And Gaethje's been knocked out a couple times, you know.
No, Gaethje's from what I can tell, he's a pretty cool guy.
Seems awesome. He was, of course, on Rogan's not too long after the fight with his trainer. And, you know, sometimes I don't even listen to those pods because the trainer does a lot of the talking. It's almost like they're not a translator because they speak English, but they're like a nice translator. They just say like, you know, things to make their fighter like not have to worry about it.
I saw some clips of it. I didn't watch the whole podcast. But
I thought
Trevor Whitman is a very insightful guy as far as MMA knowledge goes.
Yeah, Whitman's great, but also I just thought Gaethje sounded like pretty intelligent.
Yeah.
You know, seemed like a guy who kind of knows where he is in life. And he was like, it was so shocking to go out there and beat Ilya, but at the same time, now I'm champ and I got to prepare for what's next. I just thought it made him sound so great. And, you know, everybody was kind of, I think more casual fans, they know Ilya as the champ. They're saying, oh, well, we know Gaethje got knocked out by Max, right? If you're a casual fan, that's probably like the one Gaethje clip you know is when Max points down to the canvas and goes, let's trade. And then poor Gaethje gets knocked out. That only happens because Gaethje's a good enough dude that he will step up when Max points down. Like, it's that mindset that made him a champion.
Yeah. That's what's beautiful about Gaethje is, like, he said it before after losing fights. I mean, he's an entertainer. He knows he's a gladiator. He's not just there to just win or, you know, like, he's not too broken up about it even.
Did the backflip off the cage right after? Because he was like, did I win, really? Like, because of course it was in between the rounds. He was like shocked for a second
no fucking
there.
way, dude.
Yeah, no fucking way. I'm just the champ, you know? Like, could you imagine sitting there on the stool and they're like, oh, you're the champ now. It's like, oh, let's go.
Imagine the endorphins on that, too. Just like at the White House, like knowing how like significant that is.
Did you know one of the things that Gaethje was talking about during the fight is that whenever he was doing the entrance, so with each wrestler's or fighter's entrance, there was like the guys who won this medal in the military, right? It was like Medal of Honor recipients were walking with them. Yeah, and Gaethje was talking about how they were like trying to hype him up, like they were like, "Come on, man," you know. So like those guys were excited to have an MMA fight at the White House, man, and. Look, I know that it became very political very fast, but just what a great venue. Yeah. And there was even talk that it might rain, and it ended up apparently going right around Washington, D.C. Beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah. You could fight at a card like that one day, man.
Hopefully,
you really
man,
could.
I'd love to, yeah.
So what is your record at the moment, your amateur record?
5-1.
5-1?
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah. I honestly could stand to use a few more amateur fights, but it's at the point now where, I mean, I've been in fight camp nearly since I started training. Like, when you met me, I think it was early 2024?
It was actually the end of, I think. It was like right after summer of 2024.
Fall of 2024, yeah. I'm tripping, dude. CTE.
No, dude. Hey, I don't want to say it. No,
it's catching
you're
up to
good.
me.
No way, dude. 5-1, you don't have CTE yet.
But at that point, I already had 2 fights. I was 2-0 as an amateur, and I mean... Oh, I forgot where I was going with it. Dude, it's the CTE again.
Yeah, well, no, we were just talking about amateur record 5-1 and all that. But I was going to ask actually. I mean, is that something you worry about? Is CTE and the brain damage and stuff? I mean, I've been looking into the BJ Penn stuff. That's kind of bizarre for those who are listening who don't know who BJ Penn is. He's one of the greats, and even a few years ago was running for like politics. He was doing stuff with Tulsi Gabbard, and I
didn't know that actually.
Yeah, like. You can go watch him when he was doing podcasts. He was on Rogan twice, and you're just like, wow, this guy's like...
He was always very smart, I remember.
Yeah, very smart.
Well-spoken guy.
And now, like a great man, believes that his family has been murdered and replaced with lizard people, right? That are imitating his family. Isn't that what he says?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I mean, this wasn't a guy that had you know what I mean? I don't... for that to happen to a man in his late 40s, early 50s, that's pretty
I say
bizarre.
we give him the benefit of the doubt. Someone go over there and check those.
Yeah, you think the cops should actually take him seriously for like one day and see what they can find?
See if they're like cold-blooded or something.
No, you're right. I mean, it needs to be
no, but it is bizarre.
Looked into. It's one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen in sports. Seriously, like this BJ Penn story is like so out of nowhere. I watched BJ Penn fight when I was in high school. He was fighting not that long ago. In 2019, he lost to Clay Guida, I think. That's my guy, Guida. Yeah. But
did he fight Khabib for like a close decision? Was it Clay Guida?
I think and I think that was one of the fights.
Arguably one of the fights where Khabib lost.
Yeah, it was like how is Khabib unbeaten when this fight happened? You know, and you point to a few different fights, but yeah, BJ Penn was one of the few guys that caught Khabib. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, this was one of the greats, and it's just sad, man. It's like when football had they had controversies and stuff like that, but when OJ happened, it was huge because it was really the first of its kind. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Where a famous NFL star who was doing TV and movies after his career was doing stuff like this. You know, I'm not even going to speculate on whether he did what he did or whatever, but seriously, like, unfortunately, that one story in football happens a lot in just combat sports in general, wrestling, you know, MMA, stuff like that. I mean, is that something you think about as a young fighter?
Like, potentially like losing it later?
I don't know. I mean, just anything about your thoughts on it, because
I'm concerned about the CTE, but I mean, I try not to get hit in the head. That's all. Yeah. I mean, that's all I can do. I don't spar too hard. I try not to spar too hard when I can. Yeah. But I mean, I take preventative measures. I mean, I'd like to have a long career, and I'd like to be.
Well, you don't have cauliflower ear or anything like that.
I'm lucky.
So
dude.
you look good, man. Yeah.
Some people get it. Some people just, for some reason, won't ever get it. And I'm lucky because I've broken the cartilage in my ears. Like, if you feel it, it's like kind of cracked up. But I don't have like cauliflower ear. It's not visible or anything.
Well, even then you can get it drained and stuff. But it's funny. Like, some guys don't even care to get it drained.
Dude, you can drain it. It'll still swell up. Yeah.
I
will do it. Like, buddies, like, they'll get it and they'll like drain it and they'll put the pressure on it and like, tie a thing, and it still swells up a little bit. It's hard to avoid.
That's fascinating to me, though. Like, I know it's a sad side of the sport, you know, but
a little bit of bodily disfigurement. But
a little bit, yeah. I mean, I was actually looking up like Sage Northcutt, you know, and we were talking about like how your friend was like 18, 19 when he was doing fights. Well, Northcutt was like 19 when he debuted on a UFC card.
It's crazy,
which is unreal. And maybe he wasn't ready or whatever. I think he's only had one fight in the last 5 years because he had the pretty bad face injury in that one fight.
Sage Northcutt might be doing a bare knuckle or dirty boxing at some point.
Really?
He's doing something. I just heard about him. Like, someone said something.
Oh, God.
Sage Northcutt's doing something the other day.
Hey, dude, if Vince McMahon, if he buys bare knuckle fighting like he's wanting to, would you would totally do it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, potentially. Like, I mean, depending on where I'm at in my career.
Yeah, like if you would be a UFC guy instead, that would be better for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. But like, I mean, bare knuckle is one of those things where it cuts you up pretty bad, and I mean, the more you get cut, the easier it is to get cut afterwards, because the scar tissue, there's like a difference in texture as far as skin. So if you get hit on a scar, it's breaking open again. So like, if you were to go to bare knuckle, get it all cut up, I mean, it's gonna pretty much take you out of like your actual MMA career. It's more of like at the end of my career, I'd do it to make a couple of bucks.
It's a power slap. It's
exactly. It's gimmicky.
Yeah, what's that? It's the RF. Isn't that the wrestling thing that Colby did against
like the
Ben Askren has been doing it. Like guys who are retired from fighting,
like exhibition type of stuff where you get paid Netflix cards.
Yeah, I think you wear a gi and you don't have to wear a gi maybe, but you're just wrestling. No. It's UFC. It's RAF, I think, right? Isn't that? Real American Fighting, I think, is what they're calling it, or something like that. It's so funny because it's one of those names where you're like, wow, doesn't sound like anything that your sport is about. But that's, it's sad that Bellator did end up shutting down the way that it did. But there's certainly room for a second promotion in MMA. And
for sure, a lot of people talk about that.
Yeah, TKO was bought, or TKO bought UFC like 10 years ago, and the landscape has shifted a lot. Before that, we almost hit this golden period where like not the 90s weren't a golden period for the UFC at all, but it was the start of the UFC product. And then once you hit mid to late 2000s, it was like, oh, there's UFC, but there's also Pride.
Yeah.
There's also like all these other options out there. And even boxing was just more relevant at that time, like boxing on HBO.
Has been dying for sure.
Yeah, boxing has been dying my whole life.
Yeah.
Like, since Tyson retired, it's been dying.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that happens to MMA. I think, like, just because
I think it's still growing.
Yeah, it's still growing. That's exactly it. It's like, how can a company be on an upward trajectory for 30 years? It was 93.
With no signs of slowing down either. I mean,
yeah, 93 was UFC 1, and you can go back and watch it on YouTube. I have. It's really cool, man. The first ever UFC fight, I wanted to know how it went. They had a sumo guy fight a kickboxer. Like a tall white guy who was a kickboxer fought one of those huge sumo guys. The sumo guy charges at him, and the kickboxer dodges out of the way. The guy falls, and the kickboxer just kicks him right in the head, and the ref stops it immediately because it was the first ever UFC.
He didn't know what to do.
Yeah, he was like, you just kick this guy in the head. Like, I don't care if he wants to stop the fight. I'm stopping the fight. But the guy got busted open on that one kick.
Oh, my goodness.
And it was like, this is how the UFC is starting.
Yeah.
With controversy already.
Mm-hmm.
So
I heard the first couple of shows were flops for the UFC before they got like on like there's like a specific channel they got on, and it was like, okay, things started to take off. But
there's probably only two guys that you would know from like UFC 1 and 2, and that's Hoist Gracie and Ken Shamrock. Those are like the only two guys. And then Tank Abbott was like the third guy. Don Fry.
Yep.
That was the thing, man. It's like those guys ended up going to Pride and doing stuff. Like when I was a kid,
Apparently it was nicer. It was better for them.
It was better for them, yeah, because everybody says UFC doesn't pay their fighters enough or whatever. Pride FC was an option, and whenever you have that competition, you have to pay your fighters because they're going to jump ship if you're not.
Sure. Yeah, and it creates like a seller's market.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we're in like a monopolized
almost MMA. Because the UFC is like the gold standard. Like
but
you could.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are organizations which are like similar in size and renowned to the UFC, but they're more international, and we don't see them as much in the US because that's kind of how the things are in the US. Is like you kind of get in, like you only see what's here. Like for football, like it's the biggest thing in the world for us, but like overseas, no one gives a shit about American football. But it's kind of like that. I think that's almost the case with the UFC. Like no one gives a shit about the NFL in Europe, but I mean, they still care about the UFC in Europe as well. But
yeah, I think it helps too when you have the fighters coming for like if Conor McGregor being Irish, right? Well, dude, of course Irish people are going to start singing songs at Jose Aldo during the press conferences, which was awesome. That was the MMA we grew up on, man. We like Conor McGregor was our Mike Tyson straight up. I mean, he was our combat sports athlete. For sure, and that's why I think MMA is growing and boxing is dying. It's like the cool guys are the grapplers. And the guys who can go to the ground and strike on the ground. Like now, when I was a kid, I thought boxers were as good fighters as MMA guys. You grow up and you just learn. I mean, that's not true.
No, yeah, not even a little bit.
You have to put on these fat gloves to box. Like in no situation ever would a boxing match break out. MMA fights happen on the street.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
you're not gonna box the guy outside of a bar. He's gonna tackle you.
So, how did you win this last fight?
It was by submission.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, is that something that's winning you more fights than the stand-up game?
Statistics, I've won 3 of my fights by submission, I think. So, I got 3 submissions, a TKO, and a KO. All wins by finish.
How does it feel to knock a guy out?
Dude, you know what's funny is when I did knock that guy out.
What's funny?
Like a week before that, I was like, "Hey, coach, what does it feel like to knock a guy?" I asked him. He's like, there's a feeling to it. It's weird. He's like, but you'll feel it. And I felt it, dude. Like I just stepped into this kick, and I was like, oh, his hands are down. Let me kick him in the head because I set it up. I knew what I was doing. I was like, it was like my coach was like, combo 1, which is like jab, rear leg, and then so I jabbed rear leg to the body. I dug it deep, and he like folded. So I was like, all right, next time I send it, like there's like a little tell. Like I'll show him. Like I'm about to throw it again. So I'll throw the jab, and he's like, oh, he's going to kick me in the body again. It hurts. He ducks down, hands drop. I kicked him right in the mouth, dude. And it was like, I was like, he's knocked out. I didn't even like bother like to finish him. I just walked away.
Yeah.
The ref was like already in front of me. He went limp. It just froze.
Oh, how long was he out for?
Just like a second.
Did you get to like
a couple seconds?
So see, that's the crazy thing. It's like guys get knocked out, but they still have to stand in the middle of the octagon and like look around, you know, at like this crowd, and they don't even remember getting knocked out, right? No. That's the thing. It's like you're in there and you're like, did I win? Like, no, dude, you just got knocked out.
You just got knocked out. Yeah, no. I remember what his face looked like too standing there.
Wow.
For the guy. Yeah.
Wow. Yep. And can I ask, what was your one loss? Was that a submit? Was that
the guy submitted me?
Okay. Yeah, but you tapped, and that's cool because you don't get injured, man. No, true. That's another great thing about it.
I learned more from that loss than I have any of my wins. Like, yeah, really. I mean, because even his own coaches came up to me afterwards like 9 out of 10 times. You should have won that fight. I was like, yeah, I get that. I mean, because respect to him. He beat me because he had a lot of experience on me. He was a kickboxer, and he's done way more competition than I had at that point. And you know, like it's different when you're competing versus just training. And he's been training a lot longer too. Which I mean, I'm not making excuses, but he had an attribute that I didn't have, which was just sheer experience.
Yeah.
So when I was in there, and like I went in there. What I did that fight, my mistake was I had been dealing with nerves every fight, and I was like, how do I deal with the nerves? And this time, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pretend that I'm not fighting. I'm gonna mentally ignore it. I'm just gonna go out there, and if there's a guy in front of me, I'm gonna kick his ass. And so I mentally didn't allow myself to prepare for the fight at all. Just didn't prepare. Every time it would like cross my mind, I'd like banish the thought, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go out there and kick ass. And till it was like, okay, you're walking out, and it's like all those nerves that you hadn't allowed yourself to digest or process hit me at once, and I fought like a cornered animal. And I was kicking his ass for 2 rounds, but like with no finesse, no reserve. Like I was just going balls to the wall, no planning, like nothing going on in my head. I was just going reflexively to a point where I burned myself out, and it was a stupid little, like I just turned over and he submitted me, and I didn't even defend the choke. I just gave up because I was so tired I couldn't move my arms. Like after he submitted me, I tapped, and I just laid on the ground for like a good 15 seconds, just sitting there like
exhausted.
Yeah, I'm too tired to like feel anything right now.
Was that part of the cut, you think? You think the cut was too aggressive or something?
The cut was fine, yeah. I can't even make that excuse. It was just me mentally not preparing myself for that fight. And I realized after that I have to face the music, so to speak, and just like be like, you're fighting. Yeah. Think about the fact that you're fighting and prepare for the fact that you're fighting, and like get it through your head that you're fighting. And then, you know, from there you can do all the good confidence building visualization stuff that you need to do.
You're totally right. It's like there's physical training, but what's the mental training for a fighter?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's a huge trial.
Sometimes you just have a shit childhood and you can step into a cage and it's no problem.
Yeah.
Other times you're training your whole life. You're just so comfortable. You go out there, you're not nervous. But like, how can, like, coaches can't really help you with that sort of thing, right?
I mean,
with
they can
mental
give
stuff,
words of wisdom, some advice here
this
and there.
This is what I was thinking, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you know, it's you in the cage, dude.
Yeah, you and your opponent. That's all it is.
Wow.
That's the beauty of the sport, though. It's just like, there's no other sport where it's really just like,
mono e mono.
Yeah, it's the rawest form of competition. It's like, you know, I mean, to an extent, I mean, there's rules as far as what you can do, but it's as close as you can get to just one-on-one combat with another man. It's like, this is it.
Yeah. I mean,
it's pure in a way.
It's very pure. Mm-hmm. Very pure in the fact, and I feel like the only rules make sense usually. Like, it's not like one of those sports where there's a rule where it's like, oh, I hate how soccer has like offsides, right?
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. Like, why is that there?
Yeah. It's like, why would that be a rule if the other guy's smarter? He's smarter. That's why he's offsides, and they're going to punish him for it. But in UFC, like, unless your ref's Herb Dean, I guess, no strikes to the back of the head, no elbows to the back of the head. You can go back, dude. There's one finish in like UFC 5 or UFC 6 where a guy does get knocked out because his head is like being held by the guy's legs.
I know exactly.
You know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Black guy wearing a black gi, and he just elbows the shit out of this dude. Yeah.
That guy fought. I can't remember his name because it's just one of those early UFCs where you just see all these guys you have no idea about. But that was why they implement that rule. You know what I mean? Is because of stuff like that. So I like it. I like that there is like a good sportsmanship too, because you see guys touch gloves. I mean, especially at the amateur level, I doubt that there's a whole lot of
there's a surprising amount of shit talkers.
What?
Just assholes. Like, for the most part, everyone's like,
but they all think they're Conor McGregor, dude.
Yeah, no,
that's what it is.
It's always funny because you'll come across a guy who's like, they'll show up to weigh-ins with props, and you're like, dude, there's like 6 people here. I don't know why you're putting on a show. It's always fun. That's why I said it's Wild West. There's a whole ecosystem of, you know, weirdos who are just involved in the sport because, you know, maybe they're not going to go far, but they're going to do an amateur fight and show up with a mohawk or dyed hair and just go crazy or
figure out what song they want to come out to or some shit like that, you know?
Yeah. It attracts a lot of weirdos, the sport.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, and especially nowadays, like I think back in the day, just because there was less known about the long-term effects, you know, of MMA fighting, like the people that got into it had a chance of being like a guy that was just like bored. You know what I mean? Now I feel like fighters are really guys from day one, like guys that really sought it out or watched it as kids or, you know, I just don't think there's a whole lot of, and it's because the UFC has just carried the product for so long. I mean,
it's
since
just so much more prominent in media today. Like MMA, like 10 years ago, if you ask somebody, like just a random, somebody's mom, you're like, do you know what MMA is? No way. She doesn't know. But like now, like we were in the airport the other day and a lady was like, what's that gear? She asked my buddy Roland, and he was like, it's MMA. And the lady's like, yeah, it's this, it's the UFC. And she just starts telling her friends, it's like, that's a 50 that's somebody's mom.
Yeah.
How does she know what the UFC is? It's like, it's just so much more available, and it's out there, and people know what it is.
See, UFC might be scared of that, though. The fact that, like, okay, so going back to wrestling, right? Again, I'm sorry, I'm such a wrestling nerd.
Dude.
But whenever you think of wrestling, you think of WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some people, when they hear wrestling, they think WWE is the only wrestling that ever existed.
Yeah, I don't know anything about wrestling, but I know WWE.
Exactly. Like,
as a product.
Exactly. So, like, so some people would say wrestling or WWE interchangeably, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hear that less with UFC and MMA, I feel like. I feel like you hear, oh, this guy's fighting UFC.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? You know what I mean? Or this guy's fighting MMA.
It is used interchangeably with people who aren't familiar with the sport, but there is that.
But less
that element,
so, like, when you're in it.
Yep.
You know?
For sure.
So, okay, so I'm curious more about your record. So that one loss, was that at the start of your career, or was that?
It was my fourth fight.
Fourth fight. Okay, so you have two wins after that, and you had 3 wins before that, or 2 wins before that.
3 wins before that, 2 wins after that.
2 wins after that. So you bounced back.
Yep.
I mean, that was not something that defined you. And these last 2 fights, that mental shift, like, did you feel that? Did you feel that whenever you stepped in, you were like, I'm going to knock this guy out?
Yeah. I mean, I was nervous for the fight immediately after my loss, but I mean, I took that fight on 4 days' notice. They're like,
what?
Yeah, my buddy Julio, he was supposed to fight this guy. They're like, Julio got sick or whatever. He pulled out, and they're like, do you want to fight this guy? And I mean, I didn't know he was making his debut. It was his first MMA fight, but they told me, they're like, he's been training MMA since he was like 4 years old. He's a brown belt. I didn't find out till after the fight he's like a collegiate wrestler. So I was like, all right. But we went into it knowing this guy's a seasoned grappler. It's going to be a tough fight, even though it's his debut. Because like a lot of the time, a good wrestler makes his debut and can immediately go pro. Like there's like Division I wrestlers will go straight to the UFC because they're just it's such a huge leg up. So I expected it to be a hard fight. I went into it being kind of nervous, and it was about like a month after my loss too. Yeah. So I went straight into it, and I mean, I knocked him out, and I felt good. And then the fight after that against Barack, I had 0 nerves. Like, I was so well prepared for that fight. Like, mentally, I was like, I've done all I can do, and there's no like element of guilt as far as lack of preparation. So I went in there, and it was like I was just enjoying every second of it. Like, I was at the fighters meeting, no nerves. Met my opponent, no nerves. I mean, I had to drive up there a day early, or a couple hours early before the main weigh-ins, because I mean, my opponent is he works for Memphis Police Department, and so he had to like clock into work, so he weighed in earlier. And I was just me and him and his coaches, and I didn't even bring any of my own coaches. I showed up, they're like, "Where are your coaches?" Like, I didn't bring any. I was like, "Nice to meet you guys." I was so relaxed. I met him. He's a cool guy. He's actually a Muslim too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
talked about that a little bit, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and there was such an absence of nerves, and I loved it. I was like, I'm just so relaxed right now. And I was warming up. Nothing. My coach was like, "Do you want to hit pads?" I was like, I mean, if you think I should, like, I don't need to. I just shadow boxed. I felt great. Guy comes in, I was like, "All right, time to walk out." I was like, "Fuck yeah." And I'm like skipping my way to the stage.
Wow.
And it was like, seriously, just like, I was like, I'm here. Like, I felt so present in that moment, and it felt great.
And what happened? I mean, you make your entrance, you step out there. So like, dude, what is even going through your mind whenever you're walking out to whatever music you picked out? Like, dude, I would be so fucking amped. I can't even imagine like walking out, even if there's only 20 or 30 people.
I think it's something a lot more people should experience, because it's a very special experience. Like, to be able to walk out to a cage and music and lights, and oh my God, it's the most nerve-wracking thing. Like, it's such pressure. It's like you want to crumble. It's unbelievable, but you can't.
Yeah,
that's the killer part. It's like you can't. You're a bitch. So you have to go out and do it, man.
Who is that one female fighter that literally ran away from her opponent in the UFC? Have you seen that clip where I'm so bad with the names sometimes of the newer fighters, but yeah, I just saw this clip of like 2 chicks that were throwing down, and it was in a cage, at UFC, and then the chick got hit, and she turned and ran toward her corner, and I was just like, oh, I feel so. And then the ref didn't stop the fight. So it was just like, oh, dude, it was, that's the thing. It's like, for your own safety, you have to be angry, or you have to be amped.
Yeah.
Like, that is for your own safety, really.
To an extent, yeah.
Like, you don't want to turn off that fight or flight too much.
Well, I never fight angry either. Like, I've never been like, I mean, the fight I lost, I was almost forcing myself to feel that way just so I could have something going on, because I was just freaking out. I was scared. But, I mean, the fight, like my last fight, that's my best performance yet, as far as just how relaxed I was and how well I performed. Because there's always, like, a gap between how well you perform, like, sparring in the gym, and how well you perform in a fight. Because, I mean, like, you can be great, but when the pressure's on, are you still good? you know. And
you add the crowd, add the real
exactly.
cage.
It's like, are you still good? Are you still good now? Can you still do what you need to do?
Add the cut, add being dehydrated and hungry.
And the fact that your opponent actually wants to kick your ass.
Yeah, true.
Like a sparring partner.
Yeah, like if you get hit in the head, dude, who's stopping him?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
You have to. Wow.
And that was the first time I really felt like I performed in the fight as like pretty close to how I can spar.
Yeah.
Because everyone's good in the gym. No one's. It's hard to bring it out there when shit matters.
What have you noticed? Like maybe a personality or like what is the commonality between guys that are able to bring that talent from sparring to the cage? Like, do you think it's just a general lack of fear? Do you think it's
I would say
ambition?
It's weird because there's very few like common traits. I mean, I guess to an extent there's like a lack of social inhibition, but you got to teach yourself that too.
You have to teach yourself to almost be a little off.
A little bit autistic, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't take too hard nowadays.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like everybody's there a little bit. But so do you notice that? Have you noticed any like, brain stuff, personality stuff? I mean, not that you haven't even been knocked out or anything, so that's really good. No. But
I mean, I've been sat on my ass and gone.
Really?
I've got my last fight, dude. He
got
caught
rocked.
me in the second round. He knocked me out. Like I was unconscious for like a good 10 seconds. We got fight of the night because we were banging, dude.
But you got up.
Yeah, I got up. I got up and I was like, "Oh, I'm back, motherfucker!"
out for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So do you remember that? Like when you were in the cage, did you remember being knocked out after you came to? It was
almost like I was
came back?
Gradually coming back, and then, like, I was kind of standing up, and I was like, "Okay, I need to like recenter, reorient."
See, I did get knocked out once in a car crash, like years ago. Yeah, dude, and I definitely like whenever you come to, I didn't even remember the crash.
Yeah.
Like I still couldn't even tell you really specifically what happened. So like that also fascinates me about UFC fighters, MMA fighters. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
and you got to keep operating. And this dude's still trying to kick your ass.
Yeah, dude. There's even like I've seen clips in boxing where a ref tries to stop a fight, and one guy is so fucked up that he starts fighting the ref.
I've seen that too. Yeah.
And I mean, and you just feel bad for everybody involved because the guy might be a really nice guy.
Yeah, no.
But he is fighting as like a human being and nothing else. Like
in
the cage.
You're operating off pure instinct. You're like, there's an opponent in front of me. I have to hit him, and
that means he can barely see who he's fighting.
Oh yeah, no, it's weird because it's not like you actually can't see, but it's like
you don't register it though.
Yeah, you're not really processing. You're just going.
It's fun and it's chaos. It's like I have gotten nothing like it, dude. Nothing like it. I didn't train for very long, but whenever we met, I was training for some MMA stuff a little bit.
Seems cool.
Well,
and then I talked to you like I do jiu-jitsu. I was like, fuck.
Well, but you were, dude, I was training with like self-defense people. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like, and I wish, maybe in retrospect, it's like, man, maybe I should have taken Muhammad up, and gone down. But it's also at the same time, like, I'm okay,
It's not too late, man. Fucking.
It's not too late. I mean, I'm 20. I'm 24, man. I don't know. It might be too late. I don't know. But dude, it's just like, I got rocked a couple times when I was training back then, and it's like, it does give you that aliveness that like you just don't even know about until you experience it. Like that real fear of, I don't know, just like your body, the level of adrenaline it pumps into you or whatever it is. But it's just like the goosebumps on your arm will stand up. And you'll spar. Like I used to love to spar this one guy. He was like 6'3", 6'4". He was the only guy that was like bigger than me, And he was like a dad, and we would spar. But every now and again, dude, he would catch me with something. And it's what you were talking about. It's like, maybe it's not the hardest punch, but I was blocking something else whenever he'll catch you, Yeah. And if your muscles aren't even able to tense before you get hit, that's why guys have weak chins sometimes. Yep. It's like, it's
the ones you don't see.
Yeah, it's the one you don't see and that you cannot like go like that for, where you can't like scrunch your face and grit your teeth. If you can't even do that, that's why teeth get knocked out. Because like a guy's mouth is open and they catch him and your jaw gets broken. I mean, head on a swivel, man, is like, and that's why back in the day we were talking about the first UFC. It was in Denver, Colorado, because who else would agree to host this show where back then everybody was saying it was like human dog fighting. That's what everybody was calling it. Yeah. And even when I was a kid and you were a kid, we saw that. We saw people on the news saying, we can't let our kids watch this. Or, dude, I feel like when I was training MMA, I had less like general anger and stuff like that. Like whenever you exercise that stuff out,
I can't go without it.
Yeah.
It's emotional regulation for me. Like I think I'm a pretty mellow guy. Like I'm really well adjusted. It's hard to make me mad. Yeah. But like I think that's because I train.
Exactly.
I'm not like that if I'm not training. Like I start to get dysfunctional if I don't train for a while.
Yeah, it's like, where is that aggression gonna go? Where is that? You know, because we all have it. We're all animals. We're humans, but we're animals.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool, man, to feel that animal side sometimes. Like that adrenaline, that getting hit sometimes hard. Sometimes that checks you. Sometimes you fight better after you get caught in the temple once.
Some people do, yeah.
You know, sometimes it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to fucking fight now. Yeah. You know, I was trying to be nice to this guy. Now I'm going to try to kick him in the head with my shin or some shit.
Jim from accounting is going to fucking get it, dude.
Yeah. But, so, dude, so you traveled somewhere with no coaches on short notice.
No, I wasn't short notice for the Brock fight. But
okay, that wasn't.
But still, yeah.
So did you fight that fight with no corner?
No, my coaches came for the fight day. But
the actual fight.
But just the weigh-ins, my coaches weren't there. And
Are you able to hear your coaches pretty well whenever you're out there fighting? Like you're able to hear, like, go for an arm bar and shit like that whenever they say it?
It's like they've got a direct channel to my brain. Some people are, like, bad about it. Like, they can't hear their coaches.
I feel like, yeah.
Since my first fight, it's always been like, I can hear nothing but my coaches. Nothing. I just, it's like directly in my ear.
That's that calmness, bro. Yeah. That's that mindset shift.
Yeah. And my coaches love me for it. They're like, man, it's like I'm playing fucking, like, real steel. It's like, I'm just calling things out and you're doing them.
Well, dude, that's the thing. It's like, how can they train you on that? They can't train you on that.
It's a hard quality to teach, to be coachable.
Yeah, you have to be open to that. You have to be like a person that will listen to others because, like, whenever you're out there, like, you might think that, okay, I love my coach, I'm going to listen to him. And then you get out there into the fight and it's like, oh, dude, I'm so, like, amped right now. Like, I'm just going to throw punches. Yeah. You know, or I'm going to take him to the ground and then hit him, you know? Like, you kind of or at least I remember how it was for me just with the basic sparring. It's like I would get out of my head, you know, and you're not smart.
From a level of comfort, you have to get comfortable being out there.
See, that's what you were describing in that one loss. It was like you got out of that comfort zone maybe, and it was like your brain. It's like it tries to help you by going silent, but that's the worst thing it could do is like abandon you in that moment, you know.
For sure.
So, dude, you're gonna be a UFC fighter one
hopefully,
day.
Hopefully.
So that's like you at your highest aspiration. Like if you were gonna say this is the pinnacle of what I'm looking to achieve.
For the longest time, I didn't know where I wanted to go with that. I was just kind of going with the flow of things. But like very recently, I've decided I want to like make a career out of this. I want this to be what I do.
I mean, dude, 5-1's no joke, man. Yeah, that's no joke. Somebody's 1-5 right
Probably.
now. Seriously, the people you beat are 1-5 right now. So, you know, because that's like you said, it's mano y mano. There can only be one winner, and that's why you can't even look at the guys like GSP who, you know, there's that famous clip where he tapped out because he was just getting punched super hard, you know? Like, there's no shame and stuff like that, man. There's really no shame and stuff like that. I think people...
At the end of the day, it's a martial art. I mean, it's a sport, and, you know, I'm like, martial art. There's an art to what we do, and, I mean, that's why I do it. For the longest time, I didn't know if I wanted to do it as a career, but, like, from the first day, first training session, I went in there just on a whim. I was like, I was turning right to go to my gym, and then, like, I was like, I think there's an MMA gym. So I was like, let me turn left. Never stopped going. Like I was like, from the first 5 minutes, I was hooked.
How about that, dude? You can look back at that moment where you literally turned left.
Yeah, no, for real.
I hit the curb. Did you?
I did,
dude.
Off to a rocky start, but
some people who are superstitious, would listen to that. They would be like, "Oh no, maybe I hit that curb back there. Maybe I shouldn't be an MMA fighter now."
It was like I came home. My parents were like, "Wow, you seem so amped." I was like, just thrilled. I was like, "I'm going back tomorrow." That was the best thing ever.
How did you even sleep after that first fight, dude? How did you even like...
Dude, my first fight, oh my God.
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine.
I TKO'd the dude, and I knew I was going to do it too. So, I mean, a lot of people, it'll be like, they don't know if they won their first fight, so they have trouble like really being in the moment and enjoying it. But like, I TKO'd that dude. I was like, I'm about to win. The ref's about to pull me off of him. And then he did. And it was like, my dad was there, my brother was there. And it was, I'll tell you what, that's the highest I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
Just at the absolute pinnacle of emotions, and I felt amazing. And I drove home that night with my dad. We could have stayed in the hotel, but I was like, let's just go home. It was like 2 a.m. I stopped at a rice field to piss, and I was just like looking up at the sky, like outside of Memphis. I was like, "This is the best thing ever." Like, dude, I think about it and I get a rush.
That's awesome. No, I get a rush just hearing it, man. Like, that is so fucking cool to even get to. I mean, some people never experience that kind of shit, man. Like in their whole life, some people never experience that kind of stuff. Dude, pissing in that rice field, feeling like a winner.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The rice too. It was like right at the season where it harvests.
Oh, dude, you're looking up, you're like,
yeah, full moon.
The winner gets to pee wherever he wants. I'll pee in anybody's rice field.
It was awesome, man.
So you've gotten to train with Bryce Mitchell. Is he the only one, just because he's based out of Arkansas?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of UFC fighters down at Killcliff that we just train with as part of the room.
Oh,
but, yeah. I mean, TJ Brown trains over here in Westside. He's a former UFC fighter. He still does compete occasionally, but not as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I mean, so the plan is to be a champion.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Well, you're not thinking about it. I keep trying to pressure you with these questions, but I should stop because you're enjoying it right now.
No, I'm enjoying the process.
You're enjoying it right now.
And I mean, like, if what the sport can give me is just that I get to travel and meet new people and take this sport to such a level that I can say, I'm elite, I'm one of the best in the world, that's what I want out of it. And if as a byproduct of that process, I get to be a contender or a champion, that would be amazing. That'd be awesome. Because, I mean, that's all I want from the sport is I want to be good at it. I want to be one of the best. I mean, I can't ask for more than that.
Dude, you could, and especially, and you're how old now?
19.
You're not, yeah, dude. Oh my God. You're a child to me. I'm sorry. Not to sound that way, but
it's okay.
Well, it's funny because when I was 19, I felt old as shit. But but dude, seriously, like there's so much that
years.
Well, yeah, dude, there's so much that can happen in these 5 years, dude. I mean, by the time you're 24, think about where you could be, dude.
Yeah.
You could be. I mean, how many guys are 24 fighting in the UFC? A lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of young guys, and especially in fighting, like you might get. Like you're basically guaranteed to get a fight or two at some point if you're killing it at the amateur level. You're guaranteed because Dana's going to give you a fight or two just to see how you look.
Yeah.
That stuff happens all the time. Like guys who fight, somewhere else, and then they want to have one or two UFC fights. That was what Pereira was doing. Pereira was fighting other places, and was just like, oh well, the UFC's the pinnacle, so yeah, I'll go there.
I'll give it a shot.
Do it. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Like. That's cool that his life is that way where he's a good enough fighter. It's like, I just feel like trying out UFC and everybody loves him and Chama and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We need to come up with like some kind of phrase for you, don't you think? Like his thing is Chama. Yeah, McGregor's just an asshole. That's his thing. Holloway does the point down.
Yeah.
Gaethje, I don't know what Gaethje's is.
Backflip
off the cage. Yeah, one day he's gonna miss that and die on pay-per-view. Oh, poor bastard. Yeah. But so Attitude MMA, it's on YouTube and it's on like social media. It's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
I think there's clips of it, and on some people have definitely reposted it, made clips of the fight. But if you just want to watch the whole thing, it is on YouTube. Yeah.
Cool.
So all my fights are on YouTube, I think.
People can go watch your whole fight catalog, dude. It's not no paywalls here. No paywalls here. I even saw part of an interview that you were doing with
Whitney Lavender.
Yes, yes. She's your guys' like anchor, I guess. Or she interviews all the fighters.
Yep. Attitude. Yep. She's super cool. Great promotion, by the way. They're all super cool people over there. They might have some trouble putting out shows for the following while just because their whole team has been kind of their personal lives and whatever. But I mean, as far as just local promotions go, they're one of the most professional ones out there. Yeah. I wasn't even exaggerating about fighting in a barn. That happens. Like, wow. Yeah. But I mean, I've fought on pay-per-view. I've done other promotions. It's cool, but like Attitude's
You
my
fought
favorite.
on pay-per-view?
Yeah. I mean, local promotions will do pay-per-view. Attitude's cool because they don't. I mean, they'll live stream it free so your family gets to watch. But I think my first fight was pay-per-view. So was my second, actually.
And were these not with
not Attitude MMA?
No,
just different promotions. Because with amateur fighters, like I said, no contract. So you fight wherever. Yeah, and our guy, like Rick, you'll be in contact with multiple promotions at a time. So, yeah, well, I mean, sometimes we'll have like fights back to back at our gym, like lined up. We'll put them on the calendar, be like, so and so and so and so and so and so. These three guys are all going to be fighting August whatever for this promotion here, and then these guys will be fighting over here like a week later. And so sometimes we'll have like this just not that long ago we had like fights like 6 weeks, like 5 weeks straight. It was terrible. And my coach was like, all right, we're taking a little break after this. Yeah. He's like, I've been traveling all over the fucking place.
The funny thing is the break involves training very heavily. You're still the 2-a-day training or whatever, Dude, so when you go pro, I mean, at the Attitude MMA level, whenever you become a pro, and for them, are you making enough money where like you could quit your full-time job?
Not quite. No.
No.
I mean, for regional level promotions like the size of Attitude.
But you couldn't get $2,000 a month. No.
I mean, maybe
because that's
fight,
bills.
Maybe $2,000 for a fight, but you can't even fight that regularly, especially if the fight's worth watching.
Yeah.
But like for a guy making his debut as a pro at a regional level, dude, I might be getting paid $500 for my next fight. Like,
True.
Potentially.
True.
Yeah.
Well, and at
which
that
is okay,
point,
which is great. I mean, that's better than nothing. I mean, I'm gonna be fighting some pro who's gonna fight a debut pro guy. I mean, at our level, it's almost indistinguishable from amateur, and you start to get paid more once you start to. It's depending on who you're fighting for. Like there's like another class of regional level promotion where they're not quite regional, like LFA and CFFC, and there's one or two others of that caliber where it's like they have regional level professional fighters on there and they get paid decently, like maybe like sub $5,000 for a fight or around there even.
Well, if you're fighting every 3 months, you make $5,000 in one fight. So you have a little less than $2,000 to spend a month. I mean, I feel like that's enough for most people.
You can make it work, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, even at that level, like a lot of guys still have day jobs. So
wow.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't quit working and fighting and like to really get to that level until you're like at the UFC or in the PFL or in ONE FC, it's really where you're getting paid like 10 and 10, 10 to show, 10 to win, or 15 and 15. Like once you start making money like that, it's like okay.
So just being in the UFC, you're part of the 1%.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like you're 1% just being there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Because outside of those, that's why those big promotions carry so much weight. It's because if you're fighting for those promotions, you're supporting yourself as a fighter. And what that does in turn is it lets you dedicate more time to being a fighter.
That's how you become the best.
And exactly. And you get even better. Like, so there's like that kind of like rocky little phase at the beginning of the UFC where you'll have guys who are like 1-0 or 2-0 in the UFC and they're just now quitting their jobs. And then their third fight, they'll be fucking 10 times better. Why? Because they're not working 40 hours a week.
Yeah. Maybe they got some new tattoos. You know, exactly. You're like, who is this guy? This guy, you know.
Yeah, he was cool. Like a month ago, he was like a little guy.
Yeah, he was an accountant during the day, and he would take the glasses off and fight in the cage at night. But now he's tatted up and got piercings now. What's this guy's deal?
Yep.
That's got to be an amazing feeling though whenever you get there, man. And I mean seriously, so even if you make 500, right? So what's that coming off? That's coming off the gate, right? Mm-hmm. Is that pretty much all it's coming off of? Is audience?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we don't get paid a percentage of like ticket sales. I mean, we do make ticket sales. If we sell tickets and people list it down as, oh, I came to see this guy, we'll get a percentage of that. But for the most part, it's just a rate or whatever you negotiate for the contract of that fight.
Dude, I would love to like promote you guys, like seriously, because I'm always looking for people to do the pod.
That'd be awesome, dude.
Like I haven't done a pod actually in like a month, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. This is like my, I wanted to have you on, like I wanted to come back with somebody that was interesting. You know what I mean? I didn't want to. No, dude. Of course, it's because like I could have come back and talked about where LeBron went. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. But it's like he went to Philadelphia. He gave up. It's just I would love to like help you guys, and I've been trying to do the same thing with like local indie promotions. So like, dude, if any of the, your friends, your trainers ever want to come on, like, dude, they're always welcome as well. Where can the people find you, man? Are you wanting to plug yourself in any way?
I've got Facebook and Instagram. It's just my name, Mohammed Alsamari.
Just look them up.
Yeah.
Don't have your birthday on there now. Otherwise, people are gonna find out everything about you now. But dude, I mean, seriously, to go from the back of that classroom to where you are now. I mean, you're 5-1. Yeah. All these fights have happened since I last saw you. So like, this is fascinating, but it's really cool, man.
Still kind of at the beginning of the road, really, but like
exactly, dude. You're just at the beginning of the road in general. You're 19, like that's great. When did you know that you wanted to be a UFC fighter? What age?
I don't know if I want to be a UFC fighter, but like,
whoa, that's true. Sorry, I keep saying UFC,
but just a fighter in general.
Well, when did you know that you wanted it to be your career? I guess I should say.
Where I like decided that I wanted to be a career. I mean, since the time I started training, I was like, my coach told me, he's like, you're gonna be good at this. Yeah. I mean, my second training session, he walked up to me, he's like, hey, all right, how seriously do you want to take this? Do you want to fight? I was like, I mean, whenever you think I'm ready. And I mean, I fought 5 months after my first class. So
wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I trained for like 7 months, dude, with the self-defense stuff. I should have just joined you guys. What was I thinking? I think it's the weight cutting, man. Dude, I do have a little bit of a belly, bro.
Oh my God, I hate it.
Dude, let's get into that before you go, because I was starting to wrap it up there. But before you go, man, please tell me like about the cut. Like, what are you eating? How does it feel? I mean,
it feels like shit.
Yeah.
It feels like you're starving.
Yeah, because you are.
Yeah. The way it goes is usually I try to get within 10, like sub 15 pounds out about 2 weeks before the fight. So like if I'm fighting at 50, I'm 170 something pounds right now, maybe 174.
Just walking around.
Yeah, just walking around. So
Wow.
if I'm fighting at 155, I'll gradually reduce what I'm eating. I'll watch what I'm eating, and I'll get down to about 165 ideally. 163 would be great, and then come fight week, which is, we fight on a Saturday. The previous Saturday, I will start with a thing called a water load, and we'll cut salt out. So from that point on, I don't eat any salt, and then I drink 2 gallons a day, every day.
Salt makes you gain weight?
Because salt makes you retain water, and what we're doing there is we're not actually like physically, because we're gonna put all that weight back on. What we need to do is just pull the water out of our body,
and then the water can, whenever you drink it,
it'll
go right back where it
like
was.
A sponge. Yeah. So we'll cut all the salt out starting Saturday. And the first couple times I did it, we just did the basic formula of like Sunday you do 2 gallons of water, and then every day you cut it in half until Thursday night, and then you don't have any water after you make weight Thursday night, and then Friday you weigh in. But I've been switching it up because there's a lot of like science behind it, and all these different like doctors and people who are like professionals at just cutting weight will put stuff online, and I read a lot of it, and so I've been trying to customize my weight cut to where it's not as bad. And I've learned a lot of stuff like when to cut out carbs, because the amount of carbohydrates you eat will saturate your muscles with glycogen, and those are called your glycogen stores, and that's how you generate energy to move. So that is actually retaining water as well. So for every gram of carbs you eat, you're retaining 3 grams of water.
So no carb.
So yeah, so if you stop eating all carbs and sugars within 48 hours, you'll have lost all those carbs. You're gonna feel like shit, like seriously.
You like no energy.
Yeah, you're gonna feel like total shit, but you'll have lost about 5 or 6 pounds.
And you're working too.
Yeah.
During the day.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. I do construction, dude. I'm working in new construction. We're doing trim work in these houses. It's like 115 degrees. I'm just fucking dying.
No wonder you're so tan though. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
But okay, so salt goes first, and that's a week out.
Yeah, and then you start drinking large amounts of water so that you constantly are pissing. And then that flushes the salt out of your system. And as the week goes on, you'll lose all that water. You'll cut out the carbs, and then you'll sit in the sauna and let the sweat drip out of you, and you'll lose all that salt.
Sweat the weight out.
Yeah, pretty much. And then hopefully by Friday you'll lose those 10 to 15 pounds.
What are you like? Are you even able to live normal life for that week?
No, it's terrible. I mean, like you try, but like you're sitting.
But what are you gonna do, man? You can't go out to eat.
No, you can't. You're sitting there, you're taking a shower. You're like, I want to drink this water, but you can't.
You can't even open your mouth.
No, you'll turn the water cold.
Drink the water.
You'll turn the water cold. It'll make you feel less thirsty.
What?
Versus hot water, you're like, oh, it's cold. Yeah, you're like, oh, thank God it's cold now, and just like little shit. Sometimes you're like, I'm gonna give myself a break. I'm gonna chew on an ice cube. You'll crunch on an ice cube. You feel water. You can feel every drop of water go down your throat. You're like, oh my God, that felt so good. You can't sleep sometimes just because you're so thirsty. But those are the rougher weight cuts. I've been getting better at it.
I have to admit, I do think it's kind of an outdated system.
Oh, dude, I hate it.
I understand why we had it in place at one point, but doesn't it feel like we could say, okay, you and so we're just going to move lightweight up 20 pounds so that you guys can live healthy fucking lives after you guys retire from fighting. Yeah.
It has a strain on your endocrine system and your hormones
your
and everything.
organs are failing, and then you're depriving yourself of water and
I've
food.
made 45 before. That killed me.
You made 145 pounds.
No,
and how tall are you?
I'm like 6 foot, maybe 6'1".
So I mean, I use this term medically, anemic.
Yeah,
you're literally anemic. Like you would barely even have to work out, and you would have a 6-pack. You're so skinny.
Oh yeah, no, it was. That 45 cut was my worst fight yet. I was sick.
Don't they realize that kind of makes the fight worse because?
Oh, they've got to.
Yeah, your fighters. Well, I think maybe part of the reason why they do it is because fighters get knocked out easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean,
potentially.
Yeah, think about your brain being dehydrated even after that weigh-in, that one day that you get.
That's a huge thing, is just being able to rehydrate and not having your brain be rattling around inside your head.
So that's why. So you're not are you just not eating anything during this? Are you eating very little?
What I'm eating like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll have like eggs and sour cream and maybe some. I was doing a lot of leafy vegetables before, just like for flavor, but I've stopped doing that now because fiber actually sits in your gut and retains water. So I'll even cut out fiber that whole week. I'll just eat nothing but eggs, maybe meat. And then maybe Wednesday I'll stop eating. So for like 2.5 days, I don't eat anything.
And even then, you're just eating lean stuff that's like high protein.
No, just nothing after that. Yeah. From like maybe Wednesday night, depending on what you weigh. Like I used to keep track of every little detail of my weight cut. Like Wednesday, 8 p.m., my weight is so-and-so after training session. I'm done eating. I can't eat anymore. And then it'll be like no food until like weigh-ins. But I've gotten smarter about it. I'm really trying to improve my weight cutting.
I'm sure you've seen that clip of that fighter who like collapsed.
Oh, yeah,
the UFC
face
guy.
First on the
literally passed out while he was walking.
Yeah, no.
On stage.
No, I believe it.
Passed
you
out
feel that
standing. Yeah, like you feel that weak.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
it's awful.
Dude.
It's the worst. And then on top of that, you go to rehydrate.
I can't believe they don't pay you though for that. Even as an amateur fighter.
It's the sacrifices
I can't believe they
it.
don't give you $30 though.
They pay for hotels.
Okay.
I try to treat it like a free vacay. I got to go to Memphis, stay in a hotel.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I would feel like the man if I had my hotel paid for. So yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah. Small perks.
Man, so when's your next fight? How much longer you got? Because you only won like a month ago, right?
Yeah.
Your belt.
June or July 13th. I don't know.
So you're probably right at about the midway point where you're about a month and a half out from that fight, but you got about a month and a half till your next fight.
Yeah, I might be fighting actually sometime in August here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's coming sooner.
Yeah, potentially mid-August. But for this fight, it'll be we still haven't confirmed it, but I should be making my pro debut. Yeah, because you know how it is, like.
Oh, dap me up, man. Dap me up. Congratulations,
you,
dude. I know you say should be making your pro, so this is something
really
that could change.
As far as booking fights, because I mean, I've been in fight camp for 2 years. I've had 11 fights booked, and I only have six
of them happen.
Yeah.
Because
people will pull out last minute. I've cut to 45, gotten a call Wednesday night, and then they were like, "Hey, your guy pulled out for no fucking reason. Doesn't want to fight." And I cut all that weight for no reason. That's why I stopped cutting to 45.
And what's that? Is that welterweight? Is that flyweight?
45 is featherweight.
Featherweight.
Yeah, welterweight's it goes flyweight for 125, bantamweight 135, featherweight for 145, then lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. It's a fucking word soup. You're not gonna remember it off the top, but yeah.
What was Izzy Adesanya fighting at? Remember when he got like 155, but he's 6'4"?
I think he fights at either welterweight or middleweight.
Dude.
So 85 or 70. I think 85 actually.
Like out of genuine concern for that man's life.
Yeah.
Like his life is like different because of that sort of shit. Like it's not getting knocked out always that is ruining you. Like no. Do you think? And this is pure speculation, and just let me know if you don't want to answer. But do you think this kind of shit could play into what BJ Penn went through, where you're dehydrating your brain?
Yeah,
like it's not like
our brains are so delicate too. Like the lightest touch, and fucking you're seeing God. Like
yeah, dude. Everybody's been punched. Like you remember, like life looks different for 2 seconds. That's how powerful the brain is. Whenever you get jostled, like I've seen the stars, like it's weird whenever you see them because you're like, oh, they're real. You have that like that moment.
It takes a second where you're like, oh, this is like my hardware malfunctioning. It's crazy.
Yes, yeah, you feel like a computer that like shut off for a second and is restarting. Like, but that's really what it is. It's like the brain is nature's computer.
Yeah.
But we're fucking with it too much, man. With this fighting stuff, or not fighting in general, but with the cutting. I mean, specifically.
I heard someone say like sometime like they did like they tried to estimate the amount of data that a brain holds, like how much it stores, like because of just how much like we're processing constantly, and like they were able to translate it over to whatever computer is. We have like petabytes of data in our brains, and it's absurd.
Like, and what even is that? Is that
like bigger than a terabyte? Like
I was going to say terabyte's big. I know gigabyte, megabyte,
it is
terabyte.
To a terabyte what a terabyte is to a gigabyte.
Oh, it's like a billion compared to a million.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just a ridiculous amount of data, and we're just walking around with that, and then we're getting punched in the head. It's like,
well, think about how dangerous. Like that's why like sometimes society's a little nuts. You know what I mean? It's because everybody has nature's computer.
Yeah, it's nature's supercomputer. Dude.
Yeah, nature's supercomputer that. I remember when I was a kid, everybody would say we only use like 10% of our brain or something like that. How can that even be true, man? I feel like the brain gets used no matter what we do. Yeah. like it's all subconscious, like stuff that we don't even understand.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's the only thing. It's just take good care of your health, I guess. But don't cut to 145, man. You don't need it because you look healthy at 170. So I can't imagine you at 145.
I look like a skeleton.
Yeah. Ugh. what do you even tell yourself, man? Is it just will? Is it really just willpower?
It's just like I agreed to do this, and this is what I'm doing.
How do you sleep when you're that hungry?
Can't, man. Sometimes you can't, really.
No.
Last time I cut to 145, I sat on Instagram, and you know how like you'll see a reel, you'll like it, and you'll get more of the same.
Yep.
Just food porn. Literally, the entire night, didn't sleep a wink. Maybe 10 hours straight of just food porn, just Italian food and chocolates and just everything.
And oh my gosh, dude. And it's always like framed so well in those videos too. I know exactly what you mean.
Vibrant colors.
Hey, you want to know something that did make it easier? Like lately I've been adjusting what I've eaten, and what I realized, dude, like in the commercials, whenever you see like McDonald's or Burger King, like the food that they put on there, that's not real food, right?
No.
They have to leave that out, right, for the camera angle, like all day, because they're just filming this commercial all day, I guess. And so that is actually like a sculpted
piece
like
of like
paste.
wax or
it's like paste that they colored to look like a burger.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but so I remember like the first time I saw a commercial with fast food after that, like I think it was Sonic or something like that, and it was just like, I'm good. Like I'll not eat ever again. Like this is awful.
Yeah.
And even recently, like I found out that with ice cream, so they've been creating ice cream for so cheap that they can sell it as frozen dairy dessert. Have you seen this?
As ice cream, yeah.
You've seen this.
Yeah.
They have substituted like half of the milk for like vegetable oil.
Like soy lecithin or something.
Yeah, soybean oil, vegetable oil, like stuff that just makes it thicker. You know what I mean? And dude, this stuff is so fake.
It's slop. It's not even food.
It's slop. Yeah, it's not even food. And you can leave it out overnight, and only like half of it's gonna melt because only half of it's real.
Yeah, like the ice cream sandwich is like you can throw it on a grill, it just stays an ice cream sandwich.
Yeah. Oh, dude, throw it at your ex's windshield and it's gonna be there. Like it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere, dude. Even in the summer, the way it is, it's not going anywhere. All right. Well, we should do plugs, man. I know we've plugged it a little bit, but Attitude MMA, YouTube, Facebook, just any social media, and you're on Facebook and
I'm on Facebook,
all socials.
Instagram, yeah.
And it's just your name.
Yeah, Mohammed Alsamari.
Cool,
yeah.
and I'll have it in the title too.
Sweet.
So.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, dude, thank you so much for agreeing to come on. I'm happy for you.
I was honored to be here, dude.
Oh, dude, please. I couldn't pay you, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I hate to let the listeners know, but I'm a cheapskate. But dude, thank you so much, and it was good to see you.
I appreciate you, man.